Well, hello everyone, welcome back to An Artist Travels. My name is Nikki and today I'm going to be taking you through the process of how I got my best headshots yet. Love these headshots. I have a script, but let me just go off the script for a second and just tell you how much I love these headshots. I think they're amazing, they're beautiful. Praise to God, I'm literally in love with them, and I'm going to talk to you about how the whole process came about. And the headshot photographer, his name is Michael, he's amazing. You know his details are going to be linked down below. Honestly, if you're based in London, I'm going to just say the UK, travel guys, honestly travel. Fantastic headshot photographer. We're going to talk more about him later on and show you the headshots obviously, but for now please do like this video and subscribe to the channel. I make acting vlogs and content here on YouTube. I was in the position of needing new headshots. I did have headshots before, but I did definitely need new ones because it is recommended to continue just get new headshots, especially when something major changes. In some years you look different now, or your hair's different, or like whatever it is. For me, I don't think I'd aged a crazy amount since my old headshots. Maybe I'll insert some of the previous ones that I had before, and I do think they're really cool headshots. It's just that I did not know what I was doing when I got those headshots. I was a lot younger and more inexperienced as an actor. Was I fresh out of drama school? I felt like I was pretty fresh out of drama school. I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I just thought, oh, I'm gonna go get some pictures in which I look good. And I think that is reflected in those headshots. They do look good, but they're not specifically what I need, and you'll understand what that means as I go through this whole video, because it was a whole process, and this time I was way more intentional, which you should be too. I'm sorry, it's a little bit noisy outside. I feel really blessed as to how I came about to even get these headshots taken by the wonderful photographer Michael Brosnan in the first place. Michael and I met many years ago, and he's just a wonderful human being. And that day, basically what happened was I spoke with my agent. He was like, oh, I feel like you need to get some new headshots. I was like, cool. And he sent me some suggestions, and I also spent pretty much that day looking through different headshot photographers' portfolios and narrowing them down. And I wasn't overly in love with them, but I found some good ones. Some of them were very pricey, some of them I wasn't even sure about, etc. And then I think I just narrowed it down, or I basically spent the whole day doing this. And then I got a message from Michael saying, hey, do you want to take some headshots with me? And yeah, and offer them to me free, which is incredible because he's just so talented. Like big shot photographer, you know what I mean? Loads of experience, you know, Paris, Japan, England, the United States, like everywhere. And that was just, wow, what an absolute blessing. I was literally like praising God. I was like, this timing is wild. And it's someone I know as well and feel really comfortable with, which I do think is quite important. So if you're going to take headshots of someone that you don't know, I would advise like having a little meeting beforehand. Because I know Michael, like I was literally so excited. Like I was so gassed because I know his work, I know his personality, he's so supportive of my career. We actually met when he came to see a show I was in, and then offered to do some photography with me, which was amazing. So anyway, so now that I've spoken about that, step number one was having a meeting with my agent specifically about what sort of headshots I was going to get. And this was really useful. I highly recommend that you do it. So we kind of sort of briefly spoke about the previous headshots and what more that we wanted to get. He had some really great advice. We decided to go together for around 5 different looks, but 9 at the very most. Some of my agent's advice, his name is Darren, thank you so much Darren, it was so useful, was to avoid clothing that is too limited. Typically when we think about getting headshots, we're like, okay, I'm gonna do the edgy look and I'm gonna get a leather jacket, and then I'm gonna do this look and I'm gonna wear this, and you kind of end up playing into archetypes and stereotypes rather than people. And that's not what you want for your headshots. I know that's what we see a lot, so we think that's what we need to emulate, but he was actually saying it's easier for him to submit me for various different types of roles if my headshots are versatile. So instead of going villain, leather jacket, instead he's going to pitch me for, say, a villain in medieval times. It's definitely not a fashionable leather jacket from today's era. So more thinking about the essence of a character rather than going character, if that makes sense. So then that means your one villain shot can be versatile for different time periods. It can be versatile for different genres. So one of my previous headshots, we were talking about how it was really good in terms of like getting across a person. However, the clothing was too limited. The dots on it were far too bright, the gold dots. And so, for example, if you were submitting that for like a historical role, it was too futuristic, for example. Something else that Darren mentioned is that texture is really, really important. It's really nice to add some texture that's still the same color of the top that you're wearing, but just, you know, gives it a little extra, I guess, 3D to it. So in that meeting was really, really useful because we discussed the kind of clothes I was going to wear and also the kind of looks I was going for, and even some of the facial expressions, which was very, very useful. For example, you might think, comedy, we're going to go big comedy, but there's different types of comedy shots that you can take. So I wanted to take a classic comedy shot, but then also some other comedy vibes. The types of shots that we decided to go for was the powerhouse. This is kind of like the exuberant powerhouse woman, quite fashionable, quite successful, quite powerful. And we also came up with some character references from TV shows. Then there was the rebel. This is more Camden, kind of edgy. And for this one I asked if I should perhaps skew younger, and he said no, actually, because we're getting quite a few of those roles now with older actresses. Then of course your comedy / commercial shot, the hero. So this is your universal drama shot. So basically sort of down to earth, just looking at the camera, what you might think of when you think of a headshot. Then we had the villain or the anti-hero. The anti-hero was a better way of thinking about it. Then just some natural shots, just shots of me just being myself and just being casual, because sometimes those are the best shots. The nurturer, so these are the kind of characters that might be nurses, might be teachers, that kind of the nurturer role, you know? Big sisters, I play a lot of those roles. And then finally a co-pilot / deputy / scientist, sort of sci-fi kind of role. Think Star Wars, for example. Step number 2 was my planning. I actually went away with all these character types that we had spoken about and also the suggestions of clothing, and I planned every single outfit for every single character. This is certainly something I did not do for my first ever headshots, and yeah, I just think it really shows maturity and growth as an actor, and I highly recommend you do this as well. How specific are you? Like, this is outfit number 1, this is what it's saying, this is outfit number 2, this is what it's saying, after having a very specific list of the kinds of tones that you want to share.
And remember, lighting, background, and a change.
Just planned all of my outfits that I'm going to be wearing. This has taken about an hour because I watched that video just to refresh my mind. I have watched it before, and I know Michael Worley, actually. He's taken my photos before. Gorgeous. I'm not going with Michael Worley this time. I'm going with Michael Brosnan, who's a very, very good friend of mine, and he's amazing, and I'm so excited to get them done. But yeah, this has taken, do you want to see my notes? It's like a full page of notes here. You know, watch the video. I've got like some images here of like I've got some images here of just inspiration and just looking at different outfits and vibes and colors and all that thing, learning more about textures. And yeah, this is what I've come up with so far. Most of it was really just finding some style inspirations, looking them up, looking at pictures and thinking in my head, okay, what kind of thing do I want? So for example, for the rebel character, I have a hoodie in mind that I have, that I'll take, but then also I have this, I was looking up images and it gave me this idea of like a kind of, I don't know if you call them corduroy, but those shirts that are like checkered and low sleeved, and I've just written them down in short notes that I can understand, like bright sort of punkish colors, maybe band t-shirts, that kind of thing. Whereas for a different type of character, you might want a jumper or a nice cardigan, or like darker tones versus lighter tones, and what kind of textures and cuts and styles do you want. So I was doing all that and I've planned it all, and I feel good. I feel like the very first time I got headshots, I was very, very young. I didn't know what I was doing, and I just thought, oh, you just take some nice pictures. I'd have probably thought this was okay, you know, which, you know, in for someone else, maybe, you know, this might bring out the color of their eyes or whatever, but we've gotten really specific, had a meeting with my agent, really, really useful, and then also just doing some more planning here. It's very important here to note that you shouldn't try and emulate a celebrity headshot, because the whole point of headshots is that it should be you. However, I did have some images of some actors or just some headshots that I really, really enjoyed to give me a bit of inspiration, but I looked at them less after my meeting with Darren. Step 3. The fun part. This is where you get to go shopping, honey. Headshot shopping can be expensive, but a little tip, you can just return the clothes afterwards. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I actually kept quite a lot of them. I really like them. I needed to update my wardrobe anyway. But the clothes that were, I was like, I would not wear that. Honey, return them.
It's so weird. Can you even see me? I went to M&S for my strong powerhouse woman vibe, but they didn't have that, and I just came out with loads of nurturer vibes instead, which I wasn't expecting from M&S, but okay.
Missing someone. Missing
I'm taking along a couple of extra tops that I already own because I look good in red and burgundy, and I didn't buy anything red or burgundy, but this has quite nice like texture to it and detail, and I think Michael will like it for something, so I'm just gonna take it. And it's there. Always take options. Also think about bras or bandeau tops. I think that's what they're called. This is the phrase I heard today for the first time. Bandeau tops, these kind of materials, because you might have some tops that don't work with bras. So don't leave that to the last minute. Try on your outfits, check which bras like might be showing through a top, or which tops that you don't want to wear with straps and all of that jazz. And have some strapless bras and bandeau tops and all of that jazz. Just come prepared. You might need a few different bras or tops. There you go. You're welcome. Here we go. Yes, this is also very me. The hair is like, I've got like the fringe, I don't know, it's like falling across the side of my face, but it's not obstructing my face, which is very, very important. You don't want, you know, hair obstructing your face. I guess unless maybe that's your look, maybe if you're always in a full fringe, but I don't know, even then. For bottoms, they're not really gonna see that, so it doesn't matter what you wear. I'm just gonna wear black leggings. Yeah.
Hey.
So nice.
Wow, that's great. There's
I
so
like
many
that
good
one.
ones. It disappears. I don't like them.
Oh, that's nice too.
There's so many
You
good-
took so many great
Wow,
photos.
that's amazing, isn't it?
Let's go.
They're all great.
That's so good.
It's getting the right light, the right location.
Oh, I like that too. I can't decide.
Too many. Anyway, it's digital. This one's not a good one. Oh, it's okay.
Do you want to say hi?
No. Huh?
Do you want to say hi to the viewers?
Oh, you on there?
Yeah,
Hello.
you're on camera.
Hi, everybody. I had an amazing experience
Oh,
today.
this is the amazing
Nikki.
Michael Brosnan. I'm going to
She
link
was
your website below.
incredible.
So everyone go check him out. Look at these. They're so sick. So good.
We've got better ones, haven't we?
So much fun. You know what? I'm going to need you to say the whole Kate Moss thing again because I need to capture this on camera.
I like
Oh, that's
this.
nice.
I like this messiness and
It fits for the character. Yeah, good job. The only messy clothing was for the edgy one.
this one's out of focus. Oh no, it's in focus. Yeah, I would put a green on
Yes.
it anyway. We got too many good ones.
I was literally just about. My camera wants to die. Please don't die on me.
Oh, didn't you charge it up?
You know
this
what?
One's great.
Yeah.
Right, this one's great, isn't it? It's not too. I think we got too many good ones.
This is one of the gold top, but we actually ended up layering it with one of Michael's jackets actually, and it looked really cool, very stylish, very fashionable, very almost like a hip lecturer vibe. That's how I feel. This is the one that my agent was obsessed with and I'm obsessed with. The reason being, this is something very intriguing. There's a question, there's a story behind this face, and it's a good mix of vulnerability and strength. This one was a little bit more of an exuberant style, and actually it was very hard to narrow down the ones that I took in this top because I just felt so powerful. There was one that I took in this top where I felt super powerful, but we weren't actually sure if there was enough of a story behind it, so we actually went with this one instead. And again, there's a lot of intrigue and a story behind the eyes, and there's just a capturing of the viewer's attention on this one. I really like this one. This is the nurturer look, you know, the young nurse or the teacher look. Empathetic, probably quite charismatic, kind, very approachable, wise. This is our anti-hero, somebody not to be trusted, quite intimidating, suspicious of others, not very trusting. And I loved these shots. We actually took them outside, so I do recommend getting, if you can, maybe some shots on location. This is one of my favorites. Very gritty detective drama, but also works with many other genres, from crime to thriller to sci-fi to historical. It's very versatile. We have our Camden edgy vibes. For those of you who don't live in London, by the way, Camden is an area in London, very hipster, sort of up and coming. So maybe think of an equivalent in your city, just a bit quirky, a bit hipster, you know, rebellious, edgy vibes. And then we have a comedy shot, like, hey, I can make a joke out of everything you're saying, I'm humorous, I got it, So I really hope this was useful for you. Putting this video together has taken me a while, so if you did enjoy it, please do leave this video a like and comment down below which is your favorite headshot out of them all. They're very different, but I would love to know, I would really love to know which one is your favorite. And if you haven't already, check out my show reel, it's linked down below. And I just want to say thank you so much for your support, because watching this video supports my career, supports me as an actress, so I really appreciate it. Let me know as well if you've got any more questions about headshots and I can just make a video addressing that, or if we have a few questions I can make a sort of Q&A about headshots video. I'm really happy with these new ones, and I feel like they express way more about me, both as an actress and as a person, you know? So happy with them and confident going forward, and I have a much clearer idea of who I am and the kinds of roles I'm going for and what is for me. So thank you so much for watching this video, and have an amazing week, and God bless.